Hey, welcome to GPTV. Right in my hands is Deadpool role-plays the Marvel Universe. Took me a while. I don't know why that was a tongue twister for me. So this is really interesting. So it starts off with a comic. The comic's written by Cullen Bunn, art by Michael, I think it's Shelfer. It's kind of hard to read. This font's really small. Colors by Sifuentes-Sojo, I believe. Again, font's really small. Lettering by Joe Sabino. And then there's an RPG adventure that's written by Bunn, character design, or profiles of Marty Forbeck, artist is Paco Diaz, Michael Shelfer, and then Phillip Sevy. Colorist is Carlos Lopez, and first Sifuentes-Sojo. Way easier to read this for some reason. And then RPG consultant Matt Forbeck. All right, so why this is interesting, I'm really fascinated by this. So Marvel has put out the multiverse role-playing game, the Marvel Multiverse Role-Playing Game. There's been also one expansion that's come out for it so far, and then we've got a Marvel X-Men expansions coming out as well. I believe there's been like an adventure that you can get digitally online. It's RPG, tabletop RPG that you can go and play in the Marvel Universe. Really cool stuff. You can play as characters, you can create your own. The adventures seem really good, and overall, my impression is it is a good introduction to tabletop role-playing for those who might not know. Plus, I mean, a lot of people are familiar with Marvel Comics, so it makes it really easy to dive in. So what this is there is a short comic to start with, and then a one-shot adventure. Now, for those who don't know, a one-shot adventure is literally a just adventure that's made for you that you can do in one shot. You don't need to do tons of sessions. You can play it out over multiple days or multiple sessions if you want, but like it is an adventure in here. Like this is an entire adventure. You're good to go. So the comic starts off with Deadpool recruiting a team to go on an adventure. The team is an intriguing one. It's got Deadpool, there's Annabelle Riggs, I'm trying to think what it was, Ren Kimura, Lyra, She-Hulk, Terror, and then I believe Hitmonkey is in here as well. Yep, Hitmonkey, and then Paladin. So really kind of interesting group of characters. And then the story kind of stops. So it is really the lead up to the RPG adventure. You know, a lot of times the game masters, I was going to say dungeon masters, but game masters will go and come up with like a backstory of how everyone came together, these adventures came together, and that's what the comic is. Then it goes into the actual RPG itself, giving you, again, a story that you can play out using the multiverse role-playing game, the Marvel Multiverse Role-Playing Game. And it's everything you need. It is an adventure, a full one-shot adventure. Like, you don't need multiple books, whatever. It's just good here. What's cooler is it not just provides, like, the rules for the adventure, not the rules for the role-playing game, but also characters and kind of a lead-up to explain how to use the adventure. All, I think, are excellent. This is exactly what I've been hoping for and wanting to see Marvel do when it comes to the role-playing game. I think there is such massive opportunity to like really expand and have some fun with it. Overall, I think the presentation's decent. There's some, I think, issues with like some text and art kind of being really close to the spine. Well, really, the text art could go in, but the text being close to the spine is not the best. So that's probably the only thing when it comes to the comic. The comic itself is, it's okay. It's like really just very short, doesn't really conclude. It kind of has some good humor to it. But it's the adventure that really matters. So, you know, it goes to the experience, talking about what they call the narrators, which is the game master, and then like the basics of the game itself. And then from there, the actual like parts to play the game. So you get things like maps, which is awesome, cool characters, and then in the back, as I said, you get a whole bunch of characters that you can play with. It gives you some sheets already, or it says that you can play with your own or other characters. If you want, you could do the entire Deadpool core for this adventure. It gives you suggestions as far as like power ratings for the characters, and really, it is a comic and then tabletop adventure. Now, we've seen some of this stuff sort of with like the Pathfinder or Starfinder comics, but I think like a full adventure like this is fairly new, and I believe this is the first we've seen for the Marvel Multiverse Role-Playing Game, which is pretty awesome. So overall, I think it's really good. I think my only suggestion would be is I would love to see in future versions of this is like a quick start for those who might not have the multiverse role-playing game, the full rule book, is to give at least a sheet breakdown so they can do the basics of the game. Like maybe they don't have the full rule set, you know, obviously they won't have adventures, won't have like vehicles and all that, like they can expand from there, but I think it really needs to be the basics of how to do just an RPG, period, and that's kind of not in there. I would treat it more like you'd see for free RPG Day, where it is the full adventure that includes a little bit of like, hey, here's the basics for the rules. This is the dice you need. This is what you need to know. These are the basics of tabletop role playing. So that would be maybe my only knock at all on it. But overall, I think it's a great concept and a great start. I'd like to see it expand a little bit more. Literally needs maybe a page or two just to explain what the hell of a ttrpg is, a tabletop role-playing game, or like the basic rules of, here are the rules, the simplest ones. That's it. Just enough so that people literally could buy this and play the game if they want, and then hopefully would get hooked and then go out and get more. So yeah, I think it is a wonderful release. It is a wonderful idea. The execution is pretty solid. If you are a fan of the role-playing game, I would highly get it. I don't think it's going to hook people that are into comics into the role-playing game. The comic isn't quite there enough to get people to just buy the comic. It's really geared towards tabletop role-playing game fans, or at least the specific ones of the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game. So, interesting concept. I'd like to see more of it. I'd like to see it executed a little bit differently. Overall, not a bad start. Really, really not a bad start. You can go get it. It is out in shops. We've got a link beneath our video. Put in your zip code to tell the comic shops near you. Or, you know, check out a game shop too. They might have it. And if you want to order your own, we'll have some links underneath. There'll be affiliate links, so you do get a small percentage. By doing that, you'll support our site. So thank you. And just watching our video support us as always, so thank you for that. If you are into games, if you're into comics, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, and then also follow us at Board Game Today, and also on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff, all at Board Game Today, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep rolling that dice, keep it geeky, get your game on. Hey, thanks for watching Board Game Today. We always appreciate your views and your support, but there are so many ways for you to support our site. Not only can you do it right here on video, but you can go and check us out at BoardGameToday.com, where we have more news, reviews, interviews, everything you could ever want. But since you're here, if you could, you can always give us a like, subscribe, or share our videos, or watch something else. Is always much appreciated, and get your game on.